Have you ever spent hours tweaking your website or creating Instagram posts, or worse, just thinking about all the things you need to do in your business? It's exhausting, and yet somehow it doesn't actually move the needle either. Now, let me ask you one thing. When was the last time you actually connected with a dream client one-on-one? Not created something for them, but really spoke to someone who needed your help. The truth is, so much time and energy gets wasted guessing what your dream clients need, creating offers, content, and strategies that are for people who are solution aware instead of addressing people exactly where they're at, which is why so often it doesn't land for them. I can't tell you how many times throughout the years that I've worked with new coaches, energy healers, and other service providers who have done their certification many years ago and then gotten stuck working on websites, building courses, doing a lot of things behind the scenes, and suddenly years have passed since they actually talked to somebody or provided the service that they actually started their business for in the first place. And that disconnect makes them feel disheartened and unsure about what they're even doing and thinking about whether they should quit. Of course, you don't feel excited about your work if you're not actually doing it. You're stuck in the thinking, planning, and behind the scenes hustle, hoping that every new course that you take on, every freebie that you download, or all of the things that you're working on behind the scenes are going to be some magical solution to getting clients as soon as it's ready to go. And I have seen so many times before people giving up before they get to the point where they're even ready to share it with the world. But there's a solution that's so simple, effective, and doesn't require a fancy funnel or 6 months working behind the scenes trying to get your signature course up and running. Purpose-driven free sessions can completely shift your energy and your results. It's not about giving away your time for nothing, something that I know so many new coaches are worried about. It's about having real conversations that quickly build trust, give you clarity about what your ideal clients are looking for right now, and reconnect with why you started doing this work in the first place, which is going to build confidence, is going to continue refining your skills. It's going to keep you going every single week when you know that you have people that you're connecting with and talking to, and it's going to help you provide a really quick win to people who are ready to take action. If you are ready to stop spinning your wheels, working hard behind the scenes on websites and social media posts and other kinds of content, and actually get back to working with clients and seeing momentum in your business, this is the fastest and most impactful way to do it, especially if you still just have a small audience. So let's start by talking about the purpose of free sessions, because I know once you move out of your training wheels where you're required to maybe do a certain number of pro bono sessions with clients in order to get a certification or finish and complete your course, I understand I see people roll their eyes or hesitate every single time that I suggest this, that they want to start getting paid. And I remember this from back when I was starting out. It felt so urgent to start getting paying clients straight away. But when you offer a free session, you're inviting somebody in to get a taste of what it would be like to work with you. It's a no obligation, low pressure way for them to connect with you and see whether you might be the person that's going to help them get from where they are now to where they want to be, and an opportunity for you to showcase your expertise without feeling salesy, to grow your confidence and continue refining your skill set, and also get the most valuable market research you possibly can, where you're going to hear the exact challenges that your people are having, the words that they use, the way that they define their most pressing issues, and you're going to be able to look for common themes and patterns that are coming up with every single person that you talk to. Over the past few years, we have really started to rely so heavily on creating content like YouTube videos, Instagram carousels, ways that we are pushing content out to people and somewhat relying on that getting enough of a response and feedback and making enough of an impact for people to then go and take immediate action and sign up and work with us when they don't actually know us. The mindset shift of offering a free 30-minute session is going to be the bridge between your amazing content where you're showing up, you're sharing what you know, you're giving people quick insights, and then instead of trying to get people from free content that's available online everywhere to then coming and working with you in a one-on-one capacity for a number of months, there needs to be a bridge in between those two things. Of course, offering things like a freebie and then a regular email to your list where you can continue to nurture and build that trust with people is an amazing way to do this. But offering a free session just adds in another touch point where people get to see that you're a real person and you're potentially someone who can really help them with what they're trying to do. These are a two-way conversation instead of the one-way conversation that we have been used to. I know over the years that I have been a coach, there was a real swing in the direction of being the guru, being the expert, sharing all of your knowledge widely, and being inaccessible to people unless they were willing to pay a super high amount of money. I think we're moving away from this, and people are looking for someone real who they can have a conversation with, and they're looking for customized support that's beyond the kind of generic one-size-fits-all content that they can buy in a program or a course. Free sessions are also not about you proving your worth. They're not about working for free. They're about exploring with another person if you're a good fit to work together. They're about refining your unique framework or methodology that you use that you can then go on and share in so many different formats. And as I said, even if they don't necessarily lead to a paying client straight away, they help you refine your messaging, your offers, and your confidence. Plus, that is a connection that you have made with another person that puts you really front of mind for them. I remember when I was first starting out in my business, I was so eager to start getting paid, but I still offered free sessions as a way to connect with new people. One person in particular that I remember very clearly, one of my first ever clients, did some free sessions with me, then went on to work with me for 6 months as a paying client and referred 2 other one-on-one clients to me. You just do not know the opportunities that can come from making these kind of connections with people and providing an incredible experience for them. There's one thing I feel like it's important to address when it comes to doing anything for free in your business. First of all, I recommend spending at least a week writing down all the things you're currently doing for free, whether that is thinking about things in your business, creating content for social media or your email list, or whatever else it is that you're working on behind the scenes. Because I cannot tell you how many conversations I have had with clients and members in my groups where they haven't had clients. I've suggested this exact approach that I'm sharing with you today, and I see the hesitation at giving away their 30 minutes for free. But I can guarantee that creating social media content, trying to write emails, anything else that they're doing throughout the week in their business is taking way more time and energy and actually moving the needle so much less than committing a few hours a month to talking to their ideal client. And I know that a lot of this comes from the charge what you're worth movement. I genuinely believe this has led to some issues for especially new business owners and service providers in coaching and the energy healing spaces. Yes, it is important to get paid well for the work that you do, but not to the detriment of you being able to actually build your business and connect with people. It's also true that you can't really put a price on human life and time in particular, which is finite. And so it often feels like charging what you're worth can actually be creating a lot of extra issues, especially if no one is currently paying you for the service that you provide. And I know that it can feel that doing something for free also diminishes the value of that. What if you can help someone in 30 minutes and give them an incredible insight or transformation that changes the trajectory of their life? I agree, that is difficult to put a price on, but the truth is value isn't just about the price. When you support someone to have an insight or create a quick win or give them even a path forward in the direction that they want to go, you're creating trust and a spark of possibilities for what could come next. You're opening a door for them that they can choose to walk through on their own or with your guidance and support. We seem to have forgotten a little bit in the online business world that the connections that we build with people are the things that build trust better than any blog post or Instagram post that we might create. Instead of thinking of free sessions as giving away too much, think of them as planting the first seeds of a relationship. Those seeds need time, care, and patience to grow, but they often lead to something beautiful. And the thing is, when we don't get attached to the outcome, it actually opens up the doors to so many other opportunities because we just don't know who we're connecting with. We might be connecting with someone who becomes a one-on-one client or somebody who isn't the right fit right now, but they have other opportunities that they want to invite us into, or they share our work with other people that wouldn't have happened if we hadn't had that conversation. An example for you is that one of my clients last month did 55 free sessions for her energy healing modalities and got not only so much out of it in terms of she got to connect with so many people in her community. She got to get some research and see what were the themes that were coming up from all of those people. Yes, it was a massive month, and that is absolutely not what I would recommend. Really choose the number that's within your capacity. But from that, this month has meant paid sessions. It has meant first clients in her VIP program. And it's led to opportunities with people inviting her to become a guest teacher and referring her to their clients and audience as well. When we're open to the possibility of trying something new that we maybe haven't done before, or bringing that kind of beginner's mind of what were the things that I was prepared to do when I first started my business that now I'm a few years along, I maybe think I don't need to do anymore, and actually giving this a go. You just don't know what it could possibly lead to. And because I wanted to prove that you're never too far along in your business to try this, and that it's still something that works in 2024, in the last few weeks, I've been offering these sessions and filled up a new VIP offer that I created. So this works at any level. It works if you're just starting out, or if you've been around for a while and you're looking to work with some new people or invite people into a new or higher end offer. So if this sounds like something that you want to try out in your own business, let me give you a clear step-by-step action plan that you can go and start implementing straight away. So the first thing you want to do is at least have an idea of the bigger transformation you're inviting people into when they come and work with you, either one-on-one or in a group program or membership. From there, you can start to reverse engineer what is something that you could do in a very short amount of time to give people some next steps for them to take in the direction of the transformation that your bigger program or offer provides. For example, as I mentioned, I've been doing this recently. My entire business is about building a cozy business that really supports your needs and accommodates you as an introverted, highly sensitive, or neurodivergent person. And yes, that takes a lot of experimentation to find the system, strategies, and support that are going to best work for you. But it really helps to have a starting roadmap. What are the first few steps that are going to help you to find this and have some quick wins along the way? So I created my cozy business game plan session that gives people 30 minutes. They fill out a questionnaire, and then we have a chat about what are the next steps that are going to help them to move closer to what it is that they want and need in their business. When you have a clear purpose and outcome, and you create a named or themed session that is going to help them to see exactly what they're going to get out of it, that is going to help people to realize this is actually something valuable that's really going to help me. And so this could be things like a clarity plan, an action plan. If you are an energy healer, or you do things like meditation, yoga, any kind of experience where you can offer a small bite-sized taste of your bigger experience so that people can actually feel what it feels like at the start when they first come in, and then how they feel 30 minutes later to see the impact of your work. If you are a service provider, such as you help people with their websites or SEO or their content creation, you could provide something like a quick audit, a content plan, or you could help them go through their website and identify the places that they need to start taking action or making changes. When you create an experience and people know what the outcome is, they're going to be so much more likely to sign up for it because they know what they're getting themselves in for. You're setting an intention for what the session is, and they're going to leave with something tangible at the end, which instantly is going to build trust and rapport and credibility. Once you have your themed session worked out, and again, you can evolve this over time as you start to talk to more people, you want to create an easy way for people to be able to book in. And you want to have it in places where people are going to be able to take action straight away. So you can include it in your email welcome sequence, in your social media bios, and be inviting new people who are coming into your world into one of these sessions. And remember, you're the one that's in charge. You get to decide how often you do these, how many times a week or a month. And also, when you're at capacity with paying clients, you can stop talking about them for a little while until you start gearing up to bring in new clients. You want to have email reminders letting people know once they've booked in exactly what they can expect from the session and what you need from them beforehand. This could include something like a questionnaire to pre-qualify or get an understanding of who people are and what they're looking for support around before the session begins. And because I know a lot of people are concerned about and experience people booking in for calls and then not showing up, and that's your time and energy you could put into something else, you could even have an incentive or a gift for people who show up, and a reminder in your emails that, hey, I'm giving up my 30 minutes. There is a bit of pre-work that goes into these sessions, so please make sure if you can't make it that you cancel or reschedule. You set the tone for the fact that this could absolutely be a paid session, and you're offering it free for a select amount of people each month. When you're doing the session, this isn't a sales call. This is an opportunity for you to connect with someone, to understand what is the most pressing thing for them, and to create a little bit of a plan or a next step for them to move forward with. You also don't want to spend a lot of time talking about you and your work. You can go through through, if you've got a questionnaire beforehand, and really just get them to explain in 5 minutes or so a little bit about what it is that they're looking for, where they're at right now, and what would really support them today. By you taking control of the session and telling them how it's going to work, this also really helps them to feel at ease, especially if this is something that they've never done before. Then you want to spend the bulk of the session, 15 to 20 minutes, going through the exact thing that you promised that you were going to deliver on. You want to focus on one front of mind issue or a quick win that they can take and implement straight away. This is not an opportunity to solve every problem. It is not about going through their entire life story. It is about providing a very small experience. If you're doing something like an energy session, an easy way to show them what the transformation of that 30 minutes has been is to just ask them at the beginning on a scale of 1 to 10 how they're feeling, and then get them to check back in at the end after they've had the experience. If you're a coach, one of the easiest ways to do this would be to help them to set a goal and the first steps that they might take action on. And that then makes it a really easy lead in to, once you've done that, if you're still looking for support, this is how we could work together moving forward. You've given them a really quick win. They've got a goal, they've got steps to take, and now they have the door open to them where they're not only going to be supported with whatever the next steps are after they do this first little bit, but they're also going to get the accountability and consistency of having somebody to check in as they progress in their goal. Plus, they've seen the possibilities by setting a goal with you that then some people will go off and continue to pursue on their own, and others will be looking for that additional support, and you're the person who helped them come to that goal. And so your coaching offer is then an amazing next step for them. Then you can spend the last 5 to 10 minutes wrapping up the session, reflecting a little bit on what was covered or what the experience was, and asking if they'd be interested in working with you further. Maybe you have a special bonus or offer for people who book in for one of these sessions, because keeping in mind that if they have taken the action to book in the session and turn up for it, and now they have a goal or a next step set for themselves, they are the most likely people who are ready to take action now. I like to follow up with an email with my notes from the session, a few last minute thoughts that I might have had, a reflection or two, and then what the next steps are if someone is looking for more support. This is a great opportunity to throw in a bonus or a special offer if people are ready to go and they want to take action straight away. Sometimes people need to think about it, and that is absolutely fine. They're still going to be in your world. They're still going to be seeing you around and getting your emails. And also, you just don't know what could happen from there. And that takes me to the ripple effect of free sessions. One thing that I notice a lot, especially with new coaches and business owners, is this need for there to be an immediate return on investment from anything that they put out. I sent an email and nobody signed up for my coaching offer. I posted on Instagram and nobody signed up to work with me. Nobody DM'd me for details. There is a lot of smoke and mirrors online that this is the way that you can just put one post out and that is going to immediately lead to paying clients. And so that has also added to this issue of not wanting to do anything for free without being able to see the immediate return on investment. And especially if you're more introverted, highly sensitive, neurodivergent, you need to be mindful of your time and your energy and capacity, that you want to make sure the things that you're doing in your business every day are the things that are really moving the needle and leading to an outcome. So I understand the thought of working for free, especially if you've been doing this for a little while and it feels like all you've been doing is working for free, but this still works in 2024. It's worked for me and some of my clients in the past couple of months, especially as you're building your audience and your social proof and credibility and your own confidence and skills. Even if a free session doesn't immediately lead to a one-on-one client, it often opens doors that you might not expect. Just to recap, it is helping you to build your confidence. It is helping you to get ideas for content or offers that you might create, because you will start to see the things that your people are really looking for. They will tell you in their words that you can then use those words and create content that speaks directly to them, and they feel so seen and heard because of the research you've done by connecting with people just like them. When you follow up with an email with your notes and even maybe a recording from the session, if you feel comfortable doing that, there is always a good opportunity to ask for a testimonial, or you will get some glowing feedback that you can then ask permission to share as a testimonial, which is going to help you to then build that credibility, social proof, show people that you're actually doing what you say you do, and then using that as a way to invite new people to book in a session with you. So the glowing testimonial, a referral to someone else, that is something that also happened to my client, that as as she did more sessions with more people, they then referred her to their friends as well. And the confidence and clarity you're going to get by talking to so many of your ideal clients, regardless of whether they turn into a paying client or not, you're going to have the experience of actually getting to connect with another person. You're going to hear exactly the things that they are looking for, what they're struggling with. And over time, as you do more sessions, you're going to be able to see patterns forming. You're going to see how you can evolve your transformation, how you can refine it and make it more sophisticated because you have real people who are telling you exactly what they're looking for. Other members and clients who have offered free sessions like this have then been invited to be guest speakers and podcast guests. So many other opportunities open up when we're willing to put a few hours a month aside to talk to more people. And this is something I talk about with my members all the time, that activity is like a magnet. So when people see that you are doing things, that stuff is happening, that you're on calls, that you are then sharing the themes that you're starting to notice, the conversations that you're having in a more general way, because you obviously want to be careful of everyone's confidentiality, but you can talk super generally about the themes that are coming up, the conversations you've been having lately, the struggle that you've noticed most of your people are experiencing. That starts to get noticed by your people. It starts to build momentum in your business. It starts to be reflected through the content you're creating and what you're sharing with your people. You're speaking in the words that they use. You're sharing offers that their feedback and their questions have helped you create, which means you can help more people. And then that activity starts to build momentum for you. The thing that I notice is the biggest struggle that most new and emerging service providers, solopreneurs, coaches, energy healers have is that they stagnate in their business. They get so caught up in signing up for freebies and taking different courses, jumping from one teacher to another, worrying about how they should be posting on Instagram and they're not. But then they're using all of their energy thinking about doing that and then worrying about not having clients, sending out an email and being disappointed when they then don't get any clients from that. The way to alleviate the disappointment of putting so much time and energy into creating one piece of content, or what it takes to put yourself out there and share your work with the world, is what then leads to that stagnant feeling where every day getting up to work in your business feels like a grind. When you have calls booked in your calendar, when you are talking to people and having conversations, when you are being reminded of how much you love the work that you do, and you're then seeing the impact of that on the people that you're talking to, it is really hard to be stagnant when that is happening. And momentum is a snowball effect. As you start to build on that, as you start to talk to people and work with them, that then gives you ideas for content you might create, what you want to share in your emails. And then as that builds, people start to notice you, they see you, they feel like they're seen and heard by you, and they're more interested and excited about what you're doing. It's not about doing hundreds of sessions. I wouldn't even recommend trying to do 55 in 1 month. It's about setting a schedule for yourself that feels really within your capacity and showing up with an intention to build your own skills and also provide that support to somebody else at the same time. And what I found the easiest way to wrap your head around it is to come back to some simple maths. If you imagine that 1 in 10 people that you connect with book in for one of your free 30-minute sessions, and then out of every 10 people that book in for a session and sit down in front of you, one of those people became a paying client, would that be worth it for you? If you think about it, if you're trying to get 1 new client a month, that would be 5 hours of work a month where you actually get to do the research, to share your work with people in a one-on-one way, which is so deep and meaningful and really introvert friendly. And out of every 5 hours, that could, by law of averages, end up as a paying client. Would you have the capacity for that? Is there 5 hours a month that you are currently putting into something else that you could then switch to talking to 10 people who are your ideal clients? And yes, when you're first starting out, it's going to take a little bit of time. So you might not get the 1 in 10 until it's number 19 and 20 and you get 2 clients in a row, because you're still building your skills, you're getting used to it, you're really refining your theme session. But then you might talk to 8 people and get a client from that. And as you get better and your confidence grows and your business grows and your momentum grows, your average number of how many people you talk to each month and how many paying clients come from that is going to change. But it really helps, especially if you have rejection sensitivity or you're somebody who is still building your own confidence, to let go of the stories about why somebody might have said no, why they chose not to work with you further, or if you're even good at this when 5 people say no in a row, and come back to remembering that every no you get get is leading you closer to that next paying client. This is something I learned from my partner when he was a personal trainer and started to help some of the newer guys to get their businesses off the ground. We can get so in our head about worrying why somebody would say no, or if they didn't like us, or if we're not good enough. When we come back to the numbers and we remember that we're actually collecting data and information, we're talking to 10 people and then we're seeing what the outcome of that is. Every no is getting you closer to your next yes, and every time you talk to people, you are going to get better and more confident, and you're going to refine how your sessions work. Especially if you are currently having a quiet year, or you don't have any paying clients, or you don't have as many as you would like right now, you could open up the spaces in your calendar that you have set aside for paying clients and currently fill them with these 30-minute sessions. You get to decide how many hours a month you have the capacity for. This would be reflective of how many clients you want to maybe take on at a time, and it's going to help you to really understand your capacity as well. Because if you currently are pricing at a point where you need 10 paying clients a month and doing 10 30-minute sessions is starting to feel like way too much, that is going to help you to refine your offer and how many people you want to work with and can work with at a time. So there's so many different benefits to how this could help you in your business to grow, to build momentum, to improve your confidence and refine your systems, to get clarity around your own energy and capacity and your schedule. And at the end of the day, you're the one that gets to decide how many of these are you going to do at a time. Imagine if you did 10 a month and that led to one new client, 5 hours, 1 to 2 hours a week. And if that's beyond your capacity, that is absolutely fine. It's so important that you do what's right for you. And you just know that if you do 10 sessions over 3 months, then that is going to mean that you might get one new client every 3 months. So if this resonates with you and it's something that you want to try out, let me just go over it and recap it for you. First of all, you want to think of one specific topic or a themed session that you can create that is going to speak directly to your ideal clients. You want to set up a system where people can easily book in and start promoting that in things like your email nurture sequence, in your emails as a call to action, and in your other content and your bios on the social media platforms or other platforms that you're currently using. You can also send personal invites to people that you have either had interactions with before, who you know are a part of your community and you just love to connect with further, and reach out to them personally and invite them into a session. I think one of the biggest issues that we've had over the last few years is this shotgun approach, hoping that we can post something once on Instagram or send one email about it, and that is going to immediately lead to results. But at the end of the day, contacting people one-on-one, connecting with people one-on-one is not only an introvert and energy-friendly way to build deep and meaningful connections with people and grow your inner circle community of dream clients, it's also, in my opinion, the most impactful thing that's going to move the needle the most, more than any low-ticket offer or piece of content is going to. Set yourself a target for how many you would like to book in, just to try it out. Because remember, you're just trying and experimenting, doing a review afterwards, seeing what you liked, what you didn't like, and refining and tweaking to do it again. I would recommend starting with maybe 3 to 5 sessions, because that is going to be enough to get an idea for the kinds of people who are already connected with you. It's also going to be enough to start seeing patterns of what people are really looking for. And it's enough to be able to decide, is this something that you could consistently do each month or on a regular basis when you're looking for new clients. Once you've done a few sessions, you'll be able to get feedback, you'll get testimonials, and you'll be able to do a review to see what actually happens. If you've been feeling stagnant or you've been wondering if this is still what you want to do, starting to work with people in this way is going to help you see and remember why you started this work in the first place, shift that stagnant energy in your business, and help you to really connect back in with why you love this work. Building a business isn't about rushing and hustling and creating heaps of content that nobody ever sees. It's about connecting. And free sessions are one of the most heartfelt ways that you can do this. It's going to help you connect in with your people. It's going to help you connect back in with your work. And it's going to remind you why you started this business in the first place. I hope that you found this video helpful. If you did, please let me know in the comments. And I can't wait to see how they inject some new, fresh energy into your business and help you to start having deep and meaningful conversations with your people.